Hello everyone, I'm JG and welcome back to Music Forever, where today I'm bringing you guys a brand new update to my vinyl and CD collections. I've been waiting a while to do this one, of course, for the holiday season to kind of pass, because I knew I'd be getting some stuff for the holiday season to share with you guys here. I believe the last one of these videos I did was back in early September, if I'm not mistaken. And by the way, the playlist with all my previous updates and collection videos is linked in the description down below, so you can check that out, see everything else in my collection in those videos. But today I'm just going to be focusing on everything that I've gotten since that last update video, which, like I said, was early September. So not everything here in this video was like a holiday gift or pickup or something like that, but a good amount of it is to an extent. So today I think we're going to start with the vinyl records. I'm going to show those off, and then we're going to move on to the CDs. So with that said, let's get started with the vinyl. First record I had to show with you today is Foo Fighters, There's Nothing Left to Lose. This is a Foo Fighters record that, I really like the Foo Fighters, are probably my favorite band. But this one here, this record is one that's grown on me a lot in recent years. And the records on the inside aren't anything too spectacular. They're just on black vinyl, so I won't really bother sharing those. And it comes with a download card, but that's not really necessary for me because I already own the album on CD. Like I do with all the vinyl records I'm going to be showing you guys here today, though I already own them all on CD. But yeah, there's really not too much to this record. It's just the record. Next up, we have Incubus with their album Morning View. I hope you could see that there. And this one, I do like how when you open it up, you have this fold here where it has all the lyrics and stuff on the inside there to all the tracks. And you got some pictures of the band as well, which I think is pretty cool. The records are just on black vinyl. Nothing too spectacular there, but it does have that sort of fold to it. And this is just a great album to listen to in the summer. I think I'll definitely be doing a lot of that on my record player this summer. I mean, just look at that album cover and tell me that that doesn't scream summer to you. And then, yeah, you got the back cover. It's pretty straightforward. Let's see. Moving on, we have, another good one. We have Kendrick Lamar with To Pimp a Butterfly, my favorite Kendrick Lamar album, probably my favorite album of 2015. And one thing I did try to do with some of my recent vinyl pickups is get like some of my favorite albums of recent years. So I have, now in total, I have my favorite albums of 2016, 15, 14, and 13 on vinyl, though really only 15 and 13 are the ones I'm going to be showing here in this video, because 16, which was Vector's Terminal Redux, I showed in the last video, I believe, and in 14 it was Run the Jewels 2, which I believe I showed in my first vinyl collection video, the one where I started it. And then this one folds open as well. You have all this stuff going on inside here, which is really just, credits and things of that sort for the album. And then these just the records then inside, which are just on black vinyl again. So nothing super interesting there, but it is a great album. And then moving on, we have another one. This one I actually was supposed to have in my last record update video. However, it had not arrived at my house. I had ordered it, but it hadn't yet arrived. And it didn't arrive until like another month or so after I, recorded and uploaded that video. So it's kind of a good thing I did that video when I did and just bothered not to include this one. But I did mention it by name, and that's Linkin Park's A Thousand Suns, my favorite Linkin Park album. Happy to have it on vinyl now. Most of the vinyl records I'm getting now, as well as in my last few update videos, are mostly just, some of my favorite records of all time, really, just to kind of start my vinyl collection, which I only began, I think it was like June or July or so is when I started that. So I'm still in the process of getting a lot of my favorite records of all times and things like that. So yeah, I got this one. And, this one, it folds open again, like the last two, and it has this kind of cool image in there. I'm going to, I don't even know really what it is, but it's cool, and it has credits, thank yous on the bottom. You got the back with the track listing. The record is just on black vinyl, nothing super interesting there, but it does come with this kind of lyric sheet. You have this sort of image of, I guess you can see it there. I'm sorry for the glare, but not much I could do about that. But it's kind of like this tiger, lady, bird. I don't know what to call it, honestly. It's something, though, and it's kind of interesting. And then on the back, you have the lyrics to the tracks here on this album. And that's kind of cool. It's kind of a little poster thing, and that's really all there is to this album. Next up, we have Minor Threat with their album Out of Step. Just a great hardcore punk record. First hardcore album I've gotten on vinyl so far. The back just has, you know, pictures of the band members, track list, and yeah, just really nice. Oh, actually no, correction, there is a bit more to this one. I forgot. It has this lyric slash poster thing going for it. It came folded like this, and on the one side you have this picture of the group, and on the other side you have the lyrics. So it does fold out like this, make a bigger poster, I guess. And there is nothing on the back. It's, I guess you can hang it up as a poster or just keep it in here with the record itself. And the record's just on black vinyl. Nothing super interesting there. Though I do kind of like that for this record because it's kind of, you know, a cool, you know, do-it-yourself sort of aesthetic that lots of, you know, hardcore music kind of had to it at this time period. So I do kind of like that whole, you know, aesthetic to it. You know, just the plain sort of black record. But moving on, we have my favorite album of 2013, Queens of the Stone Age with Like Clockwork. Once again, just another one of my favorites that I had to pick up. This one folds open into this sort of nice image there. It kind of has this desert sort of feel to it, like the record itself. You have thank yous and stuff there as well. And I'm not going to take both out, but I'll just show you. Each record kind of comes in this sort of cool sleeve that's, you know, very nicely designed here. This one has a crow with Queens of the Stone Age. The backside has Like Clockwork, and then the other record itself also has a casing like this with its own unique images, but it pretty much follows the same, you know, aesthetic as this one here. And the record is just on black vinyl. I'm not really, you know, searching for colored vinyl yet for my collection, really. And then there's the back of the record. But yeah, great record. One of my favorites, like I said, probably is my favorite of 2013. And next we have a very interesting record. It's Radiohead's OK Computer, but this is actually the, you know, new re-released version, the OK Not OK version, the 20th anniversary remaster. Plus, it comes with the whole extra disc of the 3 unreleased tracks I actually reviewed here on my channel earlier this year. If you want to check out those track reviews, they're on the channel somewhere, as well as the other, you know, tracks like B-sides and stuff from this time period. And I already own this album on CD, like I kind of mentioned before. I own all these vinyl records on CD already, but it was just the normal version of OK Computer. So this one here, it's the OK Not OK version, which of course has that new disc of material. So that's kind of cool. I can listen to, you know, the album itself, the normal album on record, as well as that disc. And it came with a download card, so I could download that extra new disc to my, you know, iPod and things like that for use. And this one also, kind of like the Queens of the Stone Age record, the records kind of come in these cool sleeves with nice designs. This one, that's kind of cool, but... And each one kind of has its own sort of design to it, like the Queens of the Stone Age one. I won't really bother going into detail showing you all 3. And then the record's also just on black vinyl. But this one folds open like that there, as you can see. And then you could fold it again, of course, because there's 3 records that this comes with. 2 for the album itself and 1 for that, you know, bonus kind of material. But yeah, this was a really cool record to get, and I didn't get it for, you know, a crazy expensive price or anything. It was just like, it probably cost as much as like a normal record really would. So that was cool. Moving on, we have another Radiohead record. This time it's Kid A, my favorite Radiohead record. OK Computer is a close second, but yeah, I would say I prefer Kid A overall. And this one is also just, you know, great album. This one folds open. You have this cool image inside. And then the records themselves, yeah, these also come in like coolly designed sleeves with designs on them, which I think is cool. And they're just on black vinyl again. Nothing super interesting there, but it is a great record and a great pickup, at least in my own opinion. We're moving into the home stretch here, folks, when it comes to the vinyl in my you know, collection to add here for this video with Red Hot Chili Peppers, By the Way. My favorite Red Hot Chili Peppers, so, you know, of course I want it on vinyl. You got the back image there. And this one, to be completely honest, the packaging kind of disappointed me on this one. It's just really, you know, it just comes with the records inside, which are just on black vinyl. Not really worth showing you that all too much. It does also have, if I can grab it here, just kind of a lyric sheet, if you will, for all the songs, which is cool. But, you know, I did kind of expect at least like a gatefold for this one. I don't know why I expected that necessarily, but I don't know. And like the actual packaging itself isn't that like strong or anything. It just feels a bit kind of flimsy. But it's not, you know, terrible. It's a great album, like I said before, my favorite Red Hot Chili Pepper album. I just expected maybe a bit more from the, you know, packaging that it came in, but it's not awful. Once again, moving on. Now we have Run the Jewels 3. This is colored vinyl, the only one I have that I picked up that is uncolored vinyl, and I'll show you that in just a moment. But you know, the back there, you fold it open, and you got it's very similar to the CD version of this if you own that, which I do, like I said earlier. It's pretty much just like the CD version, except it holds records instead of CDs. And this one comes with a lot of stuff too. Before I show you the records, first and foremost, it comes with this kind of booklet, which has lyrics and production credits and things like that on the inside. Nothing to really look at in all too much detail there, but it is cool. It also comes with a poster, which is just the album artwork. The CD also came with a poster like this, except it was smaller. It was like CD kind of size. So now I have two Run the Jewels 3 posters, just different size. So that's cool considering I like the album. And then it also comes with, like the CD again, some stickers. It's the same stickers, just bigger this time, of course, made to fit like a vinyl record. So that's cool. I do really like the whole stickers idea, and yeah, that's just really awesome in my opinion. And the record itself, let me show you this right here, because this is really cool looking, at least in my own opinion. You have this gold sort of colored record, and then in the middle there you kind of have the artwork. It's just really cool in my opinion. This and Run the Jewels 2 are the only colored records I currently have. And Run the Jewels 2 was like a teal sort of color, which is you know, kind of goes with the color of that album cover, like the hands on that album cover. So that's kind of cool that they kind of kept it consistent. This one here, you know, the gold kind of matching the gold hands on the album cover. Yeah, but that's really it. Oh no, actually that's not it. There's one other vinyl I got that I almost forgot about. So let me grab that before I forget about it. Almost forgot, but you know, how could I forget? Weezer's Pinkerton, just a great album. This one here, there's not all too much to it, just on black vinyl. There's the back cover to it. It comes with a sheet here with, it has like, you know, thank yous, I believe, and, you know, credits and stuff, pictures of the band. And on the back you have this sort of map thing. I'm still not 100% sure. I didn't really have a chance to look at this all too much because I just recently picked this one up the other day. But it looks like, yeah, it's just a map of something. I don't know exactly what it is. I don't recognize any of these features on this map, but maybe I do know what it is. I just don't recognize it here. But yeah, it's a great record. I was actually just spinning this one a couple hours ago. And it's a great record. It still is my favorite Weezer album, and yeah, it was a great pickup in my opinion. So that concludes all the new records I needed to show you guys, but now it's time to move on to the CDs that I picked up since the last update video, and there's quite a few of them as well. So let's just get started. The first one I have is Big Krit with his newest album, Forever is a Mighty Long Time. This was one of my favorite albums of 2017. And yeah, it's just a great record overall. You open it up in here and you have, you know, both discs on each side, and it just has the track listing inside for each one. And the back side has the artwork for the other side of the album. This is the first of the two albums. This is the second one, the artwork that is. So I thought that's kind of cool, and it just kind of has this sort of, it's very thin, not the vinyl, the CD case. But yeah, that's cool. Next up we have, this was actually a pretty interesting one. The Beatles with Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. That's a long title. I almost said the wrong thing. But yeah, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. And I'm not the biggest Beatles fan in the world, but I recently gave this album a good amount of listens, and I really enjoy this one. So I decided to pick it up around the holiday time. And this is actually the 2 CD anniversary edition. And pretty much, if you open it up here, you have both, you know, it comes with both the normal album itself and like a collection of like bonus tracks, like demos and things of that sort. All that kind of cool stuff. I guess if you're a really big fan of this album, you'll really enjoy it. And it kind of comes in a little, CD case type thing. But it also comes with this booklet. And I know it doesn't look like much. It just looks like a normal CD booklet pie from where you are, but it's pretty thick in terms of the size, and it has just it tells you what the bonus tracks are, like what their demos of and stuff like that, and just a bunch of other information. I'm guessing because I haven't had a chance to actually read this through yet, but it does look like a good amount of material that you're getting in this little booklet here that comes with both of these discs. And I think that's pretty cool that this came with all of that stuff. It's not only just a great album, but it comes with some pretty nice packaging as well in this, little CD thing. So yeah, moving on, we have Black Sabbath with Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. Just, some classic Black Sabbath. Really, there's not all too much to this one. I didn't get this one all too long after my last update video, so I've had it for quite a while now, but yeah, it's pretty solid all the way through, I would say. And then next, we have Bob Dylan with Highway 61 Revisited. I recently started listening to a lot of Bob Dylan's music. I enjoy myself a fair bit of it, so this is the first pickup from his music, really, that I have. And yeah, it's just a pretty standard CD, not all too much strange about it. And now it's time to move on to another one of the big things to show off, the Brockhampton Saturation Box Set here. I'm going to make sure to show you guys this in a fair bit of detail. Of course, this comes with all 3 albums in the Saturation trilogy, as well as the drafts disc of like demos and stuff that they released, and a bunch of other stuff as well. So it kind of comes in this box here. As you see, you kind of pull this out, and then you have this sort of sleeve on top. But then inside it says Saturation there on the top, as you can see. And there's 2 parts really, and you kind of like remove them here. And in this top part, I'll show you that one first. It kind of just opens like that, and inside you just have this is the documentary that they made about the Saturation trilogy. It's like 2.5 hours long. It's a great watch if you're a Brockhampton fan. You get to see their whole creative process. You get to see some live clips. It's pretty cool. And it comes with it in this sort of plastic like sleeve thing. And you could easily tell what it is just because it says DVD on it. You can't see it from where you are, but it does say DVD. So you know what it is when you open it. But then inside the rest of it, the lower half of the box set, this is where everything else really is. First you have a poster of the band themselves, which is, pretty cool. I'm going to try to get closer to that. Yeah, it just has all the members of Brockhampton. It's pretty cool. You have this booklet, which just has a lot of pictures from the Saturation era, I guess. I'm not going to bother really getting close to any of these with this quality camera, but that's pretty much what it is. Every one of the boxes comes with its own trading card, which has a member of the group. I got Ashlyn Gray, the man behind the camera, and as you can kind of see there, his hands kind of covering his face. Of course, kind of in reference to the fact that you never see his face in like any Brockhampton stuff because he's always behind the camera. But yeah, that's cool. I really like the whole trading card concept they did with this thing. I just think that was a really smart idea. And in here you have the actual, albums themselves. And it's kind of like this fold open type thing. You fold it open all 4 ways. And in here, I'm trying to be careful so I don't drop any of these, but you have all 4 discs. All the 3 studio albums and the demos disc that they released. So yeah, overall, there's a lot of stuff that comes in this box set. And I do like how it kind of, comes together and stuff in this format. And of course you have the thing that goes over. But yeah, it's really cool. I'm not sure if they're ever going to be selling these again, because I know they only did it for like a week or so. But if they ever decide to sell them again, and you're a Brockhampton fan, you wonder if it's worth it, I would say so, because you get, it was like $50 this went for. You get 4 albums pretty much, a whole 2.5-hour documentary, a poster, a whole bunch of pictures, a trading card, a whole bunch of stuff. And so I think it's pretty cool, at least. Moving on, we have Deep Purple with Machine Head. Of course, I realized I didn't have any Deep Purple in my CD collection, so I had to change that, and I went with probably my favorite Deep Purple release, There's not too much to this one. It's just, it comes with the CD, booklet inside. Pretty standard stuff. Excuse me. Next we have a bit of a meme, if you will, but I decided to go with it anyway. The Digimon movie soundtrack. I actually reviewed the movie on my channel because I thought, it's memey and funny, and it's a lot of fun. But yeah, it was like the normal price of a CD, so I was like, why not get it? It comes with just the normal. It's pretty standard CD stuff. But yeah, there's that. Moving on, we have another one like the Linkin Park record I showed earlier that I was supposed to have last video, but I did not because it hadn't arrived yet. Emperors in the Night Side Eclipse. It's kind of dark there, but yeah, you can see it. But yeah, this one actually arrived like a week or two after my last update video. Not as long as the Linkin Park one in terms of getting to my house, but yeah. This one kind of folds open. You have that nice sort of image in there. I know it's still pretty dark to see. You got the back side, and then inside you have the CD, you have a booklet. It's all pretty cool stuff. And this is, if I'm not mistaken, a re-release of the CD for sure, because it definitely came, I believe it came with some bonus tracks. It has some interviews with the band members in the booklet itself. So yeah, that's pretty cool if you're a fan of this album. Moving on, we have Kendrick Lamar with A Good Kid, Mad City. Not Good City, Mad Kid. That's what this album is in an alternate universe, I guess. At least one of them. But this is the deluxe edition of the album, if you couldn't tell by the artwork. It comes with the bonus disc with some bonus tracks in it, which is pretty cool, considering I'm a pretty big fan of the album itself. To have the bonus tracks on a disc is just cool in my opinion. And there's not too much to this one. It just has, both the discs on the inside there, and booklets, the typical CD stuff. Next, we have another pretty interesting one. It's Kevin Abstract's American Boyfriend, Brockhampton member, Kevin Abstract. And this one is also pretty cool. I like the packaging on this one because it kind of folds open to reveal the CD inside. It has a nice booklet in there with a lot of stuff worth looking at. And it also came with a poster as well, like the Brockhampton box set. Though this one isn't of Brockhampton, it's just Kevin, and yeah, there it is. That's pretty cool in my opinion. I didn't even know it came with a poster when I ordered it, but it does come with a poster, so that's cool. Really love that project. I'm hoping I'm actually going to be able to review that thing on my channel in the upcoming months, just for the heck of it. Next, we have Marianas Trench with Ever After. Just a great pop rock, kind of pop punk sort of album. I really enjoy it. Inside, you have the CD. There's like an ad sort of thing in there. But then, the booklet itself, I didn't have a chance to, look at it in a lot of detail because I just picked this up the other day. But it had a lot of lyrics and pictures and stuff just from me, kind of looking it over quickly. So it's pretty cool in my opinion. Moving on, we have a great album I've been listening to a good amount of lately. The Mars Volta's Francis the Mute. Just a great album overall. If you haven't heard this thing, you need to listen to it if you like progressive rock and just experimental weird music. It's something, I tell you. Yeah, there's just a booklet inside, the CD. Not all too much to the packaging itself, but great album anyway. Next we have Ninja Sex Party with Under the Covers Volume 2, and it has a sort of, as you can see, a weird sort of effect on the CD cover, as you can kind of see what I'm doing with it now. Yeah, that was like a special version of the CD you could order that had that whatever effect is on this thing there. So that's the one I have, and it does that. And it comes with a booklet inside, which is cool. The CD itself is cool, and it also came with a poster, but unfortunately I left the poster back at my dorm room, so I don't have it with me. But it was just a poster of the band themselves. Maybe one day I'll show it to you guys, but yeah, unfortunately I don't have it on me now, so I can't show it to you guys. Stupid me on that part for forgetting to at least record a clip of it to insert here or something, but I'm certain if you look it up online you can find out what it looks like anyway. But yeah, I do have that. And next we have another one of my favorite albums of 2017, Pallbearer with their album Heartless. Just a great doom metal project. And this one kind of has, one thing I like about it, it has, it's not a jewel case or anything like that. It has a more like, one of those, I guess, ones that are like made to be look like little records or something like that with how they are. You know what I mean. Maybe if you collect CDs, or maybe you just have no idea what I'm talking about. But I like this one is that it has this sort of plastic part inside the black part there that the CD is being held in. It just adds a lot of structure to the packaging of the CD itself, and that's one thing I like about jewel cases is that they are very sturdy. Whereas ones like the Emperor CD or the Big Krit album I was showing you guys before, they're so like thin and they don't really have any like harder parts in there. I'm just always afraid that the CD itself is going to get damaged or something like that. But not so much with something like this, even though it's not a jewel case, just because it does have that sort of hard plastic part in there. Yeah, I know I'm going off on a tangent now about CD builds, but whatever, it's my channel, I guess. And then there's a little booklet this comes with. There's not all too much to it. It's just a great album. If you haven't listened to it, give it a listen. Moving on, we have another one of my favorite albums of 2017, Queens of the Stone Age with Villains. And this one kind of has this sort of sleeve over it. You remove that there, and then the actual CD on the inside itself has a different sort of artwork on it, which is kind of cool. I know it's difficult to see because of the jewel case. The light keeps reflecting off of it, but yeah, at least they're sturdy, though. Those jewel cases, they got something going for them at least. And inside you just have the CD and a little booklet. Not all too much to it, but yeah, it's a great album. Like I said in my review of it and in my best albums of the year countdown. Next we have Rammstein with Mutter, or I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly because it's German. I probably mispronounced it. You should probably correct me in the comments down below. But this is a fantastic album. I really like it. You have the back there, and then on the inside you just have the lyric booklet and CD itself. Not all too much to it, but it's a great album, like I said. Next, we have Stevie Wonder with his album Inner Visions. Stevie Wonder is another artist I recently, began listening to, and really just a lot of older kind of like R&B and funk music. I've recently kind of like started exploring those genres a bit more, and this was an album I decided to check out because the track Higher Ground was covered by the Red Hot Chili Peppers, who I showed you one of their records before. I'm a pretty big fan of them, so I'd heard that cover before. So I was like, oh, that's a good place to get started with this, I guess. And I love the entire album pretty much, as you could tell because I bought it on CD. It's just pretty standard CD. You got the CD there in the little booklet, but it's a great album itself. Two more left to go. And now we have Trivium with Ascendency, just a pretty solid melodic metalcore album. Once again, there's not all too much to the actual packaging itself, just has the CD in there, and then the booklet in there. But yeah, great album, nonetheless. And last, but certainly not least, because this is another one of my favorite albums of 2017, Tyler, the Creator with Flower Boy. And this one here, this is kind of what I meant by those CDs that kind of try to look like a little, vinyl-like records with how they're designed. And speaking of, this album and records, I kind of want to get this on, vinyl one day, just because it is a great album. But inside there you have, Tyler himself, you have the CD on one side, and then you have the booklet on the other side. But yeah, it's a great album. I highly recommend it. And that's really everything that I got in the last few months since my last update in terms of CDs and records. I know it was a good amount this time, but I'm not going to be expecting to do another one of these videos until, at least springtime. So, if you're curious when the next one's going to be, my guess would be spring at some point. But yeah, that's pretty much everything that I have to show you guys here today. Thank you guys for watching, and like I mentioned earlier, if you want to see my other CD collection update videos, my initial CD collection video that I did about a year ago, it's linked down in the description down below. With the playlist, I'll take you to all of those, so you can check those out. See the rest of my collection, because this certainly is not it. This isn't, or the entirety. This is not the entirety, pretty much. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future music-related content, collection update videos like these, album reviews, countdown videos, all that kinds of cool stuff. Follow me on all the social medias I have linked in the description down below. Thanks for watching, guys, and stay golden.